work. I was a law clerk there. Um, and I would say the really big difference is just more like project-based work versus when you become an actual attorney, you're like put on actual cases, right? So you're like see that case through rather than just being dropped into a case and being like, hey, can you write this memo or can you do this research project or, whatever. Now it's like, you're taking the depositions and you're going to court and you're doing the cases. And did I answer that?
Yeah.
That makes
okay.
sense.
Yeah.
So what happens if you didn't pass it the second time? Is there a penalty at work, or what is it?
They could probably rescind your offer with it because that's a contingent thing.
Yeah. So I had to sign a new contract with them. So it's I don't think they would have kicked me out because it's just not really the Bassford way. But it was a little bit it's like ride or die, right? You don't want to be the person that has to take that 3 times. And also, I think at that point, I'd be like, I just don't know if this is what I want to do anymore.
Right.
It's just too much. I think at other law firms, especially the bigger ones, I have another really good friend who is at a very large law firm that shall not be named. And he also didn't pass, which was also very surprising.
Which law firm is that?
Fredericton.
Okay.
Yeah. And they did the same thing. They said, you're not the first person this has happened to. It's not like you're the first, right? This has happened before. And they just said, we obviously didn't support you the way that we should have the first time. And whether that was feeding you too much work over the summer or whatever, right? And they were also very gracious and just said, yeah, okay. This is a long-term thing, right? And we see it in short-term, but it's a very simple investment to say, yeah, I'm going to keep paying this person for a few more months while they study, and I'm going to reap the benefit from that because they're going to become an attorney at our firm and bill a bunch of hours and make us a ton of money.
Is there a pay difference between when you start there and then when you pass the bar exam for most law firms? Yes.
So you'll be whatever it's usually probably hourly. So that was the difference for me.
What an hourly clerk would make. And then once you pass the bar, then you get the attorney
Yes,
salary.
then you become salaried. Yeah. So, and they were, they were very gracious with me. And the first time around, they did not continue to pay me over the summer while I was studying. And then the second time around, they were like, oh, yeah, we realized that might have put a ton of stress on you and you had to take out loans, and which I did. I had to take out a bar loan over the summer. Because it's I was in law school for 3 years and
Did you work at all during law school?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But again, you're doing that, to pay your bills.
Mm-hmm.
There's just not much left over. So, so it just puts a lot of stress on law students. And it's a lot to be like, hey, yeah, don't work for 3 months and only study for the bar. It's just a lot. So, so the second time around, they were like, oh, yeah, we should probably support you and kind of put our money where our mouth is a little bit.
That's good.
It's awesome. Yeah. And I think a lot of firms are coming around to that. And I think a lot of firms are now being like, oh, yeah, we need to actually pay these students who are putting their lives on hold to go do this thing.
Huh. Right. And so going back to law school, what were your cold call experiences like when you were in law school? Did you find them enjoyable? Did they give you a lot of heartache and stress?
I think the answer to that question for me depended on the professor. There were certain professors that it was just this is awful. This is so stressful. And I read the case. I know the case. And you're asking me this minute thing.
What is this one word in the dissent that they were talking about?
Yeah, right. And it's I had to read, 8 cases for you alone. And I have, 3 other classes today that I also had to do that for, So I think there was a few professors my first year that I can say with bitterness in my heart that I absolutely just despised and really just did not enjoy. And I think they enjoyed invoking fear and stress.
Can you disclose which classes those were? You don't have to say the professor's name, but the class topics, or would that give it away?
So
it would be
it's
pretty
pretty
easy
easy
to
at St.
guess,
Thomas,
especially
'cause
St. Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, though. St. Thomas knows. And as I'm sure every school has those professors that I'm sure are not as pleasant as the majority, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was, that just sucked. Yeah, I hated that.
Well, that's great, because right now
yeah,
we would like to play a game with you called
Perfect.
Cold Call.
Great. I love it.
Where we will ask you some judicial trivia questions.
I'm going to be bad at this.
And then wrong answers will be punished.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah.
You don't have to stress anymore. You're out of law school. You got the job
I know,
now.
it's coming back to me.
Yeah. And then, so wrong answers. In front of you is the cup of shame, the red solo cup. And
Shame.
And from there, you will, if you get a wrong answer, you could get all of them right. And you get to pick out of the cup of shame if you get a wrong answer.
Okay, let's do this.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, which landmark Supreme Court case made interracial marriage legal in all states?
Oh, Lord. I know the answer to this. And the answer to this question is... Isn't it like Love something? Isn't his last name Love?
Pretty close,
Love.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I couldn't... That's about as much as I could say about that.
Should we give him that?
That's half credit.
Half credit?
You didn't even
Answer
you didn't
half
get
question.
you didn't even get the full last name, but it's
Just love, you guys.
Yeah.
Come
it's
on.
all love.
It is Loving v. Virginia.
Loving.
So close, and we'll give you
Curse
that.
of
one.
West
I
Virginia.
think we're pretty nice.
All
here.
right, thanks, guys.
Well, maybe we should leave it up to Colleen.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah,
Hannah
Colleen.
Hannah wouldn't let that.
Judge and jury over here.
Make her do one.
All right, okay.
Cup of shame.
And execution.
Shame, 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 shame,
Shame,
shame,
shame,
shame, shame, shame.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, if I do this one, I cannot tell my family that I was on a podcast. Okay. Is there anyone in your family or extended family you're embarrassed about? Who are they and why are you embarrassed? I've got a cousin.
It's always with a cousin.
Yeah, it's always
I've
the
got a cousin, and the cousin is like the nicest guy in the world. And
I like how this is starting so far. I
he's
feel like you're building him up just to...
he's a goofball. And yeah, he might have met his wife in the comment section of a Reddit thread.
Really?
And that's a true story, folks.
So they
He's
met
a goofball.
online.
Were they in the
Lots
same
of-
city?
but
Were they in the
it's
same
like-
Okay,
city?
but like in a comment.
Wait,
I-
wait.
okay,
The comment
alright.
section of what?
Of what?
That's
Oh,
Oh,
I
right.
have
What was the
never
topic?
asked.
What do you think it was?
4-H forum or something like that? Or
I have
what?
never asked.
Wow.
That was a tough one. Yeah.
Okay,
can't
I
tell
met my
family
wife.
that
I
did
hung out.
this.
I picked up my.
I
well,
mean,
she was in the 4-H barn. Shovel. That's how I met. Well, that's how I asked her out.
So we're all great.
Wow, that's like you're a Minnesota boy then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Sorry, I was pointing the waist.
So wait, how did you meet her again?
She was at the county fair. She was shoveling the goat pen, and I saw her. I was like, I'm going to ask you on a date.
You're just like, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's
We
the
went
one
to school
for me?
together, too, so it
Oh, that
worked out.
helps.
I
Okay.
mean, I was 16.
Wow. So high
classic
school
Minnesota
sweethearts.
love story
That is
right
I
there.
classic.
know. So the
I-
woman who
yeah.
co-clerks with me, she met her husband in 4-H.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It must be a Minnesota thing.
it is in Minnesota.
I went to
thing.
Carleton for elementary school, and there was these two kids in second or third grade, and they are still together.
Wow.
They were
That's
like
impressive.
really good friends in second and third grade. Like, I like you. We're gonna hold hands and do stuff, and then wow, they're married and have kids now. Woohoo!
Wow.
For them.
Living
Yeah.
the dream.
They're happy.
They never left their town. Never left town.
Yeah.
Does not surprise Not one bit.
All right, this one's a little tricky. Name one state in the 11th Circuit.
Okay. Yep. So that would be California. No.
I think you're thinking of the 9th.
Oh crap.
This one's hard because it makes no
'Cause it
geographic
doesn't-
sense.
Oh, sorry.
I'll give you a hint. There are letters in the state.
What?
Nice hint. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh Lord, I have no idea.
Letters in every state.
Just a shame.
Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You don't even want to know which
What
ones,
is it? What
ones
is
they
it?
are.
West
Uh,
Virginia.
it's- What?
West Virginia. Is
No.
it? No.
No.
I know, I was
Wisconsin.
wrong.
Anybody want to
No.
know?
Or
any
no,
other?
no, Wisconsin, Chicago.
No.
No,
that's 7.
that's the 7th. Anybody else? Very good.
Florida?
Florida,
Florida.
Georgia, and Alabama.
No one gives a shit about those.
These are tough. These are some tough shame questions.
Uh-oh.
Which is
So
most disgusting habit.
this next one is, which co-host of the Cold Call Podcast do you think is the smartest?
Everybody, that's an easy one.
I'm gonna go.
Can't go with Colleen because you know her.
Oh, well, that was not on the
You
slip.
can go with Colleen. She's our guest.
She's the
our
co-host
guest
today.
co-host.
So
Yeah,
I
can
mean,
I
it's
go
the
with
wrong.
Colleen?
It's
Oh,
the wrong answer.
It's the wrong answer.
It's the wrong
Okay.
answer.
Feels so good to be wrong. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see here. A hard one or an easy one?
Hard. She's been nailing these easy ones.
Thank you. Yeah, love something.
Which, I mean, that was really Colleen who wouldn't allow you to slide past on that one.
Yeah, thanks,
I don't
Kelly.
make the rules.
Just follow them.
I did make that rule, though, but
Which landmark Supreme Court case established that in order to prove libel, a public official must show that what was said against them was made with actual malice?
Yeah, okay. So this has got to be, oh crap, what paper was it?
Yeah.
Is it the Times?
Very good.
Woohoo!
New York Times.
Wow.
Was it V
I know
Chicago? Is that what it was?
Sullivan.
New York Times v. Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh, Sullivan?
That's how you know you'll pass the bar, Kelly.
Because
Yeah.
I know one case.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Brown v. Board of Education. That's
Yeah.
how I got it.
Just
Yeah,
write
one
that
and two.
over and over again.
2.
Loving is going to be on that bar exam, Colleen, and you'll be glad you were here.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I really hope it is.
Mitch
One
hopes
less
it
thing I
is.
have to
Knock that essay out of the park.
Congratulations. You passed the bar by 1 point. Oh, thanks, Mitch.
Still counts.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Passing.
Still
Yeah.
counts.
Passing.
So thank you so much, Molly, for being on Cold Call and for talking to us about the bar exam and
Yes, of
and
course.
your backstory.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me on here. It was fun to hang out with you guys.
Thank
Was
you so
it?
much.
Was it fun hanging out with us?
Thank you for listening to the Cold Call Lawcast. You can find us online at Cold Call Lawcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Ask us any question you'd like and we'll answer it in our next episode. We'll see you next time. The mics are on now.
Yes,
Sweet.
don't say anything
Okay.
horrible. Anyway,
Let it
We
rip.
can edit
Yeah.
out anything that we want to.
Little bleep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
all right. Welcome back to Cold Call. Thanks again, Hannah. Or sorry,
Wow.
Wow.
That's it. We're going to keep that one in
saying
there.
that.
We're going to keep that in there.
happened again. I think it's PTSD from her, so I think I have that now.
Sleep paralysis is when the same chemicals that keep you from moving while you're sleeping, like you kind of wake up but you still can't move.
So your body wakes up and you're mentally aware, but you can't physically do anything
Yeah.
about it.
And because
Yeah,
you're
I've
still
heard-
kind of sleeping, I've heard that people get hallucinations of like really creepy stuff
Or like-
in their
I've had
house.
it twice.
Is this common?
Yeah.
Like, it happens.
Wait, does it happen to you a lot? Because